Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yatha Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Scha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shivishkam Vitam Scha Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnana Jana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhistam Supurakam Garaganara Sesha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Vedanipanam Shri Rupa Patanagam Govindabhidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwagurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Premnawe Bija Pranam Devam Divyatanum Suchandavananam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadekavaranam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Banditam Shubharam Madeka Sharanam Nyashishwara Sridharam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhyevacha Patitanam Pavenibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahabharanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and this is Madhya-lila chapter 20. The Lord instructs Srila Sanatan Goswami. I'll start with text number 310. Chiram yata dadi vikara visesha yogat sanjayate natu tata pritag asti heto yashambhutam apitata samupaiti karyad govindamani parusham tamaham bhajami. Milk changes into yogurt when mixed with a yogurt culture, but actually it is constitutionally nothing but milk. Similarly, Govinda, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, assumes the form of Lord Shiva, Shambhu, for the special purpose of material transactions. I offer my obeisances at his lotus feet. So yogurt is milk transformed by a culturing agent, and similarly, Lord Shiva is an expansion from the Lord, but he's in contact with the material energy, so that is like the culturing agent, and he assumes this work. Shiva Maya Shakti Sangi Tamo Gunabesh, Mayatita Gunatita Vishnu Paramesh. And Lord Vishnu, of course, doesn't touch the material energy, but he glances at the material energy, so you could say, well, that glance is also touching. No, because the glance comes out personified as Shambhu, as Lord Shiva. That is the glance. Lord Shiva is an associate of the external energy. Therefore, he is absorbed in the material quality of darkness. Lord Vishnu is transcendental to Maya and the qualities of Maya. Therefore, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vishnu is beyond the range of the material manifestation, and he is not within the control of the material energy. He is the Supreme Independent Personality of Godhead. This is admitted even by Shankaracharya, Narayana Paro Vyaktad. In his constitutional form, Shiva is a Mahabhagavat, a supreme devotee of the Lord, but because he accepts Maya's association, especially the quality of ignorance, he is not free from Maya's influence. And how also Maya's association, literally, Maya is Lord Shiva's wife. So such an intimate association is completely absent in the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu. Lord Shiva accepts Maya, but in the presence of Lord Vishnu, Maya does not exist. Consequently, Lord Shiva has to be considered a product of Maya. When Lord Shiva is free from Maya's influence, he is in the position of a Mahabhagavad, a supreme devotee of Lord Vishnu, Vaishnavanam Yata Shambhu. So then he's also, Lord Shiva has the position of being a very exalted Vaishnava devotee of the Lord. When he's in that position, he's a Mahabhagavad. When he's in contact with the material energy, then he has that same as Vishnu, like yogurt is the same as milk, but has been transformed due to contact with Maya. Shiva Shakti Yukta Shashvat Trilingo Guna Sambrita Vaikharikas Taijasascha Tamasash Chaiti Aham Srida. The truth about Lord Shiva is that he is always covered with three material coverings, Vaikharika, Taijasa, and Tamasa. Because of these three modes of material nature, he always associates with the external energy and egotism itself. So you could say he's even in the position, how he's like the lord of egotism in the sense that he has a ruling potency over the material energy. Harer I nirguna shakshad purusha prakrite para sasarvadrig upha drashta tambajan nirguno bhavet. Sri Hari, the Supreme Personality of God, is situated beyond the range of material nature. Therefore, he is the Supreme Transcendental Person. He can see everything inside and outside. Therefore, he is the Supreme Overseer of all living entities. If someone takes shelter at his lotus feet and worships him, he also attains a transcendental position. And that's explained in Bhagavad Gita where it says, Daivi yesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mam eva ye prapadyante mayametam tarantite. That Maya is empowered to ensnare or hold the living entity. And why? Daivi yesha gunamayi. Daivi yesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya. That Daivi Prakriti it has the Shakti coming from the Lord himself. She's an empowered representative of the Lord. But mam eva ye prapadyante mayametam tarantite. And therefore the living entity by his own prowess can't become free from Maya. But mam eva ye prapadyante, when the living entity surrenders to Krishna, to the Lord, then Maya releases him. So sometimes she is called Durga. Durga is one name, and then Durga means that she has a jail. She keeps the living entities in a jail of the illusory energy. But she will release them when they are surrendered to the Lord. We could even say in some ways she has almost a thankless tasks. Palanartha, but it's not really thankless because the Lord has given much mercy to Maya Devi. And we see in the pastimes of Navadip that she appears to Mahaprabhu and she says, I'm in this thankless position, always behind, not directly in front of the Lord. But she surrenders to the Lord and she receives his blessings. Palanartha Shvamsa Vishnu Rupe Avatar Sattva Guna Drashtatate Guna Mayapar. For the maintenance of the universe, Lord Krishna descends as his personal plenary expansion in the form of Vishnu. He is the director of the mode of goodness, therefore he is transcendental to the material energy. Sarup Aishvarya Purna Krishna Sampray Krishna Amshi Teho Amsha Bede Henegai. Oh, pardon me. Krishna Amshite Ho Amsha Bede Henegai. Lord Vishnu is in the category of Shramsa because he has opulences almost equal to Krishna. Krishna is the original person, and Lord Vishnu is his personal expansion. This is the verdict of all Vedic literatures. Although an incarnation of the material energy, Lord Brahma is nonetheless the director of the material mode of passion. Similarly, Lord Shiva, although simultaneously one with and different from Lord Krishna, is still the incarnation of the mode of darkness. However, Lord Vishnu is Krishna's personal expansion. Therefore, he is the director of the mode of goodness and is always transcendently situated beyond the jurisdiction of the modes of material nature. Lord Vishnu is the original person, is the original personal expansion of Krishna. And Krishna is the original source of all incarnations. As far as power is concerned, Lord Vishnu is as powerful as Lord Krishna because he possesses all the opulences. We can say that. Still, we say that even Lord Vishnu, he may have 60 qualities of the Lord, but Lord Krishna, he has 4 additional qualities that Shiva doesn't have. And those are, we can say, plays on his flute. Can someone say another quality? His loving pastimes with his devotees. Another one? That's 2. Plays flute, loving pastimes with his devotees. What? 2 more. What? What? What?
I was just thinking he liberates his devotees.
Well, no, that Vishnu does that.
Vishnu does that.
So what's the third? Is unusual beauty, very beauty. Flute playing, wonder, his lila, his beauty, and what's the other one? The quality of his devotees also. So
what is the other one?
Pastimes, quality of his devotees, flute playing, and beauty.
Quality of his devotees?
Well, very.
It's the quality of the devotees also.
That has very, loving devotees, as far as I remember. Okay. Pastimes is one, and his devotees is another. Departure eva I dashantaram abhyupetya dipayate vivritta hetu samana dharma yastadrigeva icha vishnutaya vibhati govindamadi parusham tamaham bhajami. When the flame of one candle is expanded to another candle and placed in a different position, it burns separately, and its illumination is as powerful as original candles. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda expands himself in different forms as Vishnu, who is equally luminous, powerful, and opulent. Let me worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda. Brahma Shiva Agyakari Bhakta Avatar Palanarte Vishnu Krishna Svarupakar. The conclusion is that Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are simply devotee incarnations who carry out orders. However, Lord Vishnu, the maintainer, is the personal feature of Lord Krishna. Srijami Tanniyuktoham Haro Harati Tadvasha Vishvam Purusha Rupena Paripati Sri Shakti Drik. Lord Brahma said, I am engaged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to create. Following his orders, Lord Shiva dissolves everything. The Lord, in his form of Kshirodakshai Vishnu, maintains all the affairs of material nature. Thus, the supreme controller of the three modes of material nature is Lord Vishnu. There's a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Brahma gave this information to Devarshi Narada when he was receiving instructions from Lord Brahma to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Paramatma. After describing the universal form of the Lord, Lord Brahma explained that his position and Lord Shiva's position are controlled by Lord Vishnu. Now, Manvantaravatar Ebi Shuna Sanatan Asankhya Gananatara Shunahakaran. O Sanatan, now just hear about the incarnations who appear during the reign of each Manu, Manvantaravatars. They are unlimited, no one can count them, just hear of their source. Brahmara Ek Dine Hoy Choda Manvantar Choda Avatara Tahan Korana Ishwar. In one day of Brahma there are 14 changes of the Manus, and during the reign of each of those 14 Manus, an incarnation is manifested by the Supreme Lord. From this verse it can be calculated that in 1 month, 30 days of Brahma's life, there are 420 Manvantar avatars, and that in 1 year, 360 days of his life, there are 5,040 Manvantar incarnations. Thus, for the 100 years of Brahma's life, there is a total of 504,000 Manvantar avatars. In addition, the Manus themselves are considered partial incarnations of the Supreme Lord. Choda ek dine mashe chare shata bish brahmara batsare pancha sahasra chalish. There are 14 Manvantar avatars in 1 day of Brahma, 420 in 1 month, and 5,040 in 1 year. Shatika vatsara hoy jivana brahmar pancha lakka chare sahasra Manvantar avatar. During the 100 years of Brahma's life, there are 504,000 Manvantar avatars. Ananta Brahmande Aiche Korahaganan Mahavishnu Ek Shramse Brahmara Jivan. The number of Manvantar avatars for only one universe has been given. One can only imagine how many Manvantar avatars exist in the innumerable universes. And all these universes and Brahmas exist only during one exhalation of Mahavishnu, one breathing out of Mahavishnu. All this is taking place. Mahavishnur Nishvaser Nahika Paryanda Ek Manvantar Avatarer Deka Lekhara Anta. There's no limit to the exhalations of Mahavishnu. Just see how impossible it is to speak or write of only the Manvantar avatars. Swayambhuve Yagya Svarochishe Vibhunam Otame Satyasena Tamase Hari Abhidan. In the Swayambhuva Manvantar, the avatar is named Yagya. In the Svarochisha Manvantar, he is named Vibhu. In the Ottama Manvantar, he is named Satyasena. And in the Tamasa Manvantar, he is named Hari. Raibate Vaikunta Chakshushe Ajita Vivasvate Vaman Savarnye Sarvabhoma Dakka Savarnye Rishabhaganan. In the Raivata Manvantar, the avatar is named Vaikunta, and in the Chakshusha Manvantar, he is named Ajita. In the Vivasvata Manvantar, he is named Vaman. And in the Savarnya Manvantar, he is named Sarvabhoma. In the Daksha Savarnya Manvantar, he is named Rishab. Brahma Savarnya Vishvaksena Dharma Setu Dharma Savarnya Rudra Savarnya Sudama Yogeshvara Devas Savarnya. In the Brahma Savarnya Manvantar, the avatar is named Vishvaksena. And in the Dharma Savarnya, he is named Dharma Setu. In the Rudra Savarna, he is named Sudama, and in the Daiva Savarna, he is named Yogeshvara. Indra Savarne Brahmabhanu Abhidan Echoda Manvantari Choda Avataranam. In the Indra Savarna Manvantar, the avatar is named Brihadbhanu. These are the names of the 14 Manvantars in the 14. These are the names of the 14 avatars in the 14 Manvantars. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in his Anubhashya gives a list of Manus and their fathers' names. Swayambhuva Manu, the son of Lord Brahma. Swarochisha, the son of Swarochis or Agni, the predominating deity of fire. Uttama, the son of King Priyavrata. Tamasa, the brother of Uttama. Raivata, the twin brother of Tamasa. Chakshusha, the son of the demigod Chakshush. Vivasvata, the son of Vivasvan, the sun god, whose name is mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Savarni, a son born to the sun god and his wife Chaya. Daksha Savarni, the son of the demigod Varuna. Brahma Savarni, the son of Upashloka. Rudra Savarni, Dharma Savarni, Deva Savarni, and Indra Savarni, the son of Rudra, Ruchi, Satyasa, and Bhuti, respectively. So I was seeing this because it's mentioned Vivasvata, the son of Vivasvan, the sun god, and this is all mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. In the beginning, I'm instructed. I instructed Vivasvan, and he instructed his son Ikshvaku, right? Isn't it like that? Something wrong?
I'll do my homework and tell you that.
Okay.
It sounds right.
Yugavatar Abhishuna Sanatan Satyatreta Dwarpara Kali Yugana Ganan. O Sanatan, now hear from me about the Yuga avatars, incarnations for the millenniums. First of all, there are 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwarpara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So, yeah, sometimes get some things wrong, like I was saying yesterday that when Balaram speaks, what is the use of a throne for Krishna and everything? I mentioned Aniruddha, but it wasn't Aniruddha who had been taken captive by the Kauravas. But anyway, Yugavatare Vishuna Sanatan Satyatreta Dwarpara Kali Yugana Ganan. O Sanatan, now hear from me about the Yuga avatars, incarnations for the millenniums. First of all, there are 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwarpara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Okay. Shukla Rakta Krishna Pita Krami Charivarna Dari Krishna Korana Juga Dharma. In this part, there's an exchange between Sanatan Goswami and Mahaprabhu that I especially like, because now we've gotten to the Yuga avatars, and of course, this is very pertinent to the appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, Yuga-avatar Ebeshuna Sanatan Satyatreta Dwarpara Kali Yuga Raganan. O Sanatan, now hear from me about the Yuga avatars, incarnations for the millenniums. First of all, there are 4 yugas: Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwarpara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. Shukla Rakta Krishna Pita Krami Charivarna Dori Krishna Korana Juga Dharma. In the 4 yugas, Satya, Treta, Dwarpara, and Kali, the Lord incarnates in 4 colors: white, red, black, and yellow, respectively. These are the colors of the incarnations in different millenniums. Asanvarnas Trayo Yasya Grinato Nu Yugam Tanu. Let me get one of these Asan varnas trayo yasya minato nu yugam tanu shuklo raktas tata pita iranim krishnatam gata. His child formerly had 3 colors according to their prescribed color for different millenniums. Formerly he was white, red, and yellow, and now he has assumed a blackish color. Now this, of course, is during the Gargamuni speaking about Krishna, but he says this child formerly had 3 colors, different yuga avatars, according to the prescribed color for different millenniums. Formerly he was white, red, and yellow, and now he has assumed a blackish color. So there the color yellow is also mentioned. This verse from Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken by Gargamuni while performing the name-giving ceremony for Krishna at the house of Nanda Maharaj. The following 2 verses are also from Srimad Bhagavatam. Krite shuklas chatur bahur chatilo valkalambara Krishna jino pavitakshan bibradanda kamandala. In Satya Yuga, the Lord appeared in a body colored white, with 4 arms and matted hair. He wore tree bark and bore a black antelope skin. He wore a sacred thread and a garland of rudraksha beads. He carried a rod and a water pot, and he was a brahmachari. Tretayam raktavarno so chatur bahus trimekala hiranya keshas trayi atma shruk shruvadi upalakshana. In Treta Yuga, the Lord appeared in a body that had a reddish hue and 4 arms. There were 3 distinctive lines on his abdomen, and his hair was golden. His form manifested the Vedic knowledge, and he bore the symbols of a sacrificial spoon, ladle, and so on, because he's doing yagyas, and these are all used in the fire sacrifices. Satya Yuga Dharma Jnana Karaya Shukla Murtidari Kardamake Varadila Jeho Kripa Kori. As the white incarnation, the Lord taught religion and meditation. He offered benedictions to Kardama Muni, and in this way, he showed his causeless mercy. Kardama Muni was one of the Prajapatis. He married Devahuti, a daughter of Manu, and their son was Kapiladev. The Supreme Lord was very pleased with Kardama Muni's austerities, and he appeared before Kardama Muni in a whitish body. This happened in the Satya Yuga millennium when people were accustomed to practicing meditation. Krishna Dhyana Korilok Jnana Adhikari Tretara Dharma Yagya Koraya Rakta Varnadari. In Satya Yuga, the people were generally advanced in spiritual knowledge and could meditate upon Krishna very easily. A people's occupational duty in Treta Yuga was to perform great sacrifices. This was induced by the personality of Godhead in his reddish incarnation. Krishna Pararchana Hoy Dwar Parera Dharma Krishna Varne Karaya Loke Krishna Chana Karma. In Dwarpara Yuga, the people's occupational duty was to worship the lotus feet of Krishna. Therefore, Lord Krishna, appearing in a blackish body, personally induced people to worship him. Dwarpare Bhagavan Shama Pita Vasa Nijayuda Shri Vatsadi Bir Ankaischa Lakshana Rupa Lakshita. In Dwapara Yuga, the personality of Godhead appears in a blackish hue. He is dressed in yellow. He holds his own weapons, and he is decorated with the Kostaba jewel and the mark of Srivats. This is how his symptoms are described. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam. The Shama color is not exactly blackish. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur compares it to the color of the Atasi flower. It is not that Lord Krishna himself appears in a blackish color in all the Dwapara Yugas. In other Dwapara Yugas, previous to Lord Krishna's appearance, the Supreme Lord appeared in a greenish body by his own personal expansion. This is mentioned in the Vishnu Purana, Harivamsha, and Mahabharata. Namaste Vasudevaya, Namah Shankarshanaya Cha, Pradyumnaniya Rudaya, Tubhyam Bhagavate Namah. Namaste Vasudevaya, Namah Sankarshanaya Cha, Pradyumna Yani Rudaya, Tubhyam Bhagavate Namah. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, expanded as Vasudeva Shankarshan Pradyumna Aniruddha. This is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam spoken by Karabhajana Muni when he was questioned by Maharaj Nimi, the king of Vaideha, about the incarnation in specific yugas and their method of worship. Karabhajana Muni was one of the 9 Yogendras, and he met the king to inform him about future incarnations. A mantra Dwarpare Kore Krishnarchana, Krishna Nama Sankirtana Kali Yuga Dharma. Yes?
What was the name of the flower you mentioned?
A mantra Dwarpare Kore Krishnarchana, Krishna Nama Sankirtan Kali Yuga Dharma. By this mantra, the people worship Lord Krishna in Dwarpara Yuga. In Kali Yuga, the occupational duty of the people is to chant congregationally the holy name of Krishna. So the mantra mentioned is the one we just said. Namaste Vasudevaya, Nama Shankarshanaya Cha, Pradyumna Yanirudaya, Tubhyam Bhagavate Namah. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of God and expanded as Vasudeva Shankarshan Pradyumna Aniruddha. By this mantra, the people worship Lord Krishna in Dwarpara Yuga. In Kali Yuga, the occupational duty of the people is to chant congregationally the holy name of Krishna. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Kaler Dosha Nide Rajan Asti Yego Mahanguna Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Bandha Param Vrajet. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, that's the age in which we're living, although the Kali Yuga is full of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. And it is that simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. Thus in Kali Yuga, one worships Lord Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. To propagate this movement, Lord Krishna personally appears as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is described in the following verse. Pitavarna Dori Tabe Koila Pravartan Prema Bhakti Dila Loke Loya Bhaktagan. In this age of Kali, Lord Krishna assumes a golden color and, accompanied by his personal devotees, introduces Harinam Sankirtan, the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. By this process, he delivers love for Krishna to the general populace. Dhamma Pravartana Kori Brajendra Nandan Premigaya Nachelo Kori Sankirtan. Lord Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, personally introduces the occupational duty of the age of Kali. He personally chants and dances in ecstatic love, and thus the entire world chants congregationally. So not just one personal observation. Sometimes, if as a reader, we can read and we cannot always distinguish what is the actual description of the scriptures and what is the inspired vision of the saints. But I don't really see any difference between that. What is coming from the saints as inspired vision, for me, that is scripture, because that's what the scriptures are all about. So, things, therefore, as Govinda Maharaj said, things are based on heart-to-heart transmission. We're not analytical about everything, but we take what is coming from above, so to speak. Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Prayar Yajanti Isumedasa. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead who constantly sings the name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. So once I remember relates to that on this verse, Krishna Varnan Tvisha Krishnam Sangopangastra Parshadam. Krishna Varnam, repeating the syllables Krishna Tvisha with a luster, a Krishnam, not black, and then it says in parentheses, gold. But Tvisha Krishnam means not black. So I once said to Srila Prabhupada, and this doesn't make so much sense, but you could say, Krishna Varna Tvisha Krishnam. So Krishna appears in a color, so Tvisha Krishnam could be divided as being Tvisha, not black, Krishnam, or it could also be divided as Tvisha Krishnam, not blackish, but it could also be divided as Tvisha Krishnam. That Krishna appears in the Kali Yuga in a blackish color too. I mean, I just said that as a discussion of which of course wouldn't make very much sense, is why you would say Krishna also could also appear in the Kali Yuga in a blackish color. But when I mentioned that to Srila Prabhupada, he says, he called me affectionately some name, like Rascal or something, I forget what it was. And he said, but we take the explanation of Jiva Goswami, you rascal, who says that he appears in a golden color, and that's what Tvisha Krishnam means. I'm just saying, therefore, we will see what Jiva Goswami says. He says that he appears in a golden color. Aratin yuge jyanite je falahoy, Kali yuge Krishna name e falapai. In the other three yugas, Satya, Treta, and Dwarpara, people perform different types of spiritual activities. Whatever results they achieve in that way, they can achieve in Kali Yuga simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Kaler dosha nide rajan asti yeko mahanguna kirtana deva krishnasya mukta bandha paramvrajat. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, there's still one good quality about this age. It is that simply by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. Krite yad yayato vishnum tretayam yajatom Makai Dwarpare Paricharyayam Kalo Tadari Kirtanat. Whatever result was obtained in Satya Yuga by meditation on Vishnu, in Treta Yuga by performing sacrifices, and in Dwarpara Yuga by serving the Lord's lotus feet, can be obtained in Kali Yuga simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So just by chanting in this age, you'll get the full benefit of other previous ages, and even more than that, actually. This verse is quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam. At the present moment in Kali Yuga, there are many false meditators who concoct some imaginary form and try to meditate upon it. It has become fashionable to meditate, but people know nothing about the object of meditation. As explained here, Yadjayato Vishnu. One has to meditate upon Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna without referring to the Shastra. So-called meditators aim at impersonal objects. Lord Krishna has condemned them in the Bhagavad Gita, Klesho digataras tesham avyakta sakta chedasam avyakta igatir dukam dehavad bir avapyate. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the supreme advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. Well, that's a quote from the Gita. Not knowing how to meditate, foolish people simply suffer, and there is no benefit derived from their spiritual activities. The same idea expressed in this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam can be found in the following verse from Vishnu Purana. Janan krito yajan yagyas tretayam dwarparer chayan yad apnoti tad apnoti kalo sankirtya keshavam. Whatever is achieved by meditation in Satya Yuga, by the performance of Yajna in Treta Yuga, or by the worship of Krishna's lotus feet in Dwarpara Yuga is also obtained in the age of Kali simply by chanting the glories of Lord Keshava or Krishna. Kalim Sabha Jayanti Arya Gunagya Sarabhagina Yatra Sankirtanenaiva Sarvasvarto Bilabhyate. Those who are advanced and highly qualified and are interested in the essence of life know the good qualities of Kali Yuga. Such people worship the age of Kali, because in this age one can advance in spiritual knowledge and obtain life's goals simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. It's a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam, spoken by the great sage Karabhajana Rishi, one of the 9 Yugendras. The sage was informing Maharaj Nimi about the people's duty to worship the Supreme Lord according to different processes and different yugas. Now, there is one reference where all the persons were anticipating, oh, things get really bad in Kali Yuga. And they're thinking things will be difficult, especially for those who are not like in the priestly class, so to speak. So they were thinking, oh, how will the laborers fare in Kali Yuga? You know, people who are just working to maintain a living. How will ladies who are having so many activities in their family life, how will they do in Kali Yuga? And I was referring to a specific. So then they decided to go talk to Veda Vyas, who's compiled the Vedic literatures, and ask him, well, what can be done to help all these poor souls in the Kali Yuga? And they went to find him. And at that time he was in the river bathing. And they were very worried about people in Kali Yuga, but Veda Vyas was in the river and he was in ecstasy. And he said, of all these people, oh, workers, oh, ladies, everyone, you are so fortunate. You are so fortunate, because in this Kali Yuga, we see that people get so much benefit by chanting the holy name, and Lord in particular, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives so much mercy to all the people in the Kali Yuga. But Vedavyas was very much in ecstasy about the approaching of the Kali Yuga, which would have seemed strange because supposedly things get worse in Kali Yuga. But he's saying there is one great benefit in Kali Yuga, that everyone can chant the holy name. Now here in this, we're hearing about the Kali Yuga, and what's interesting, Mahaprabhu is describing all these different ages and the benefits. Now he's mentioning about Kali Yuga, about the great benefit of chanting the holy name, but he hasn't talked deliberately, and we can understand why. He hasn't talked about very much about who the figure is for the Kali Yuga, who's that divine person who gives out the chanting of the holy name. He's kind of skipping over that detail. So then you'll hear how Sanatan Goswami reacts. Purvavat liki jabe gunavataragan asangya shangya tara na hoy ganan. As stated before, I described the incarnations of the material modes, gunavatars. One shouldn't consider that these incarnations also are unlimited, but the fact is, he was a minister because he's so highly intelligent that the Nawab relied on him for advice and guidance. So he's very qualified. Ati kudra jiva mui nicha nila nicha char kemone janiba kalite kon avatar. Sanatan Goswami said, I am a very insignificant living entity. I am low and poorly behaved. How can I understand who is the incarnation for this age of Kali? No, I'm not very educated. Actually, he is very educated, but he takes this position of saying that I'm very unqualified, but he is actually very qualified. But he says, we can even say for the sake of argument, he says, how can I understand who is the incarnation for this age of Kali? Well, it's not really for the sake of argument. He really does feel humbly speaks of himself in this way. But he says, how can I and everyone else, know who is the incarnation for this age of Kali? How will people know who is the age of Kali? This verse is very important in reference to the incarnation of God. At present, there are especially many rascals prevalent in India who proclaim themselves incarnations of God or goddesses. Thus they are fooling and bluffing foolish people. On behalf of the general populace, Sanatan Goswami presented himself as a foolish, low-born, poorly behaved person, although he was a most exalted personality. Inferior people cannot accept the real God, yet they are very eager to accept an incarnation God who can simply bluff foolish people. All this is going on in the age of Kali. To guide these foolish people, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu answers the questions as follows. So he says, I'm very unqualified. How can I know his incarnation in this Kali Yuga? Prabhu kohe anyavatar shastra dwarijani kalite avatar taiche shastra bhakti mani. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, as in other ages, an incarnation is accepted according to the directions of the Shastras. In this age of Kali, an incarnation should be accepted in that way. According to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is the way an incarnation should be accepted. Srila Narottam Das Thakur says, Sadhu Shastra Guru Bhakya Chitete Koriya Aikya. One should accept a thing is genuine by studying the words of saintly people, the spiritual master and the Shastra. So Guru, Shastra, and Sadhu. The actual center is the Shastra, the revealed scripture. If a spiritual master does not speak according to the revealed scripture, he is not to be accepted. Similarly, if a saintly person does not speak according to the Shastra, he is not a saintly person. The Shastra is the center for all. Unfortunately, at the present moment, people do not refer to the Shastras. Therefore, they accept rascals as incarnations. This is Prabhupada's word. Rascal. It's actually in India. Here, it sounds very affectionate. And Prabhupada also used it affectionately. This person is a rascal. But it also has a strong meaning in India. If someone says you're a rascal, that's not a compliment. So, the Shastra is the center for all. Unfortunately, at the present moment, people do not refer to the Shastras. Therefore, they accept rascals as incarnations, and consequently, they have made incarnations into a very cheap thing. Intelligent people who follow Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions and the instructions of the Acharya, the bona fide spiritual master, will not accept a pretender as an incarnation of God. In Kali Yuga, the only incarnation is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Imitation incarnations take advantage of Imitation incarnations take advantage of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The Lord appeared within the past 500 years, played as the son of a Brahmin from Nadia, and introduced the Sankirtan movement. Imitating Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and ignoring the Shastra, rascals present themselves as incarnations and introduce their rascaldom as a religious process. So, rascals and rascaldoms. As we have repeatedly said, religion can be given only by the Supreme Personality of God. From the discussions in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, we can understand that in different ages, the Supreme Lord introduces different systems and different religious duties. In this age of Kali, the only incarnation of Krishna is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he introduced the religious duty of Kali Yuga, the chanting of the holy names, or the Maha Mantra. Sarvagya Munir Bhakya Shastra Paraman Amasaba Jiver Hoy Shastra Dwaragyan. The Vedic literatures composed by the omniscient Mahamuni Vyasadeva are evidence of all scriptural existence. Only through these revealed scriptures can all conditioned souls attain knowledge. Avatar Nahi Kohe Ami Avatar Muisab Lani Kore Lakana Bichar. An incarnation of God, it never says, I am God, or I am an incarnation of God. The great sage Vyasadeva, knowing all, has already recorded the characteristics of the avatars in the Shastras. Yashavatara Gyayante Sharir Rish Vasaririna Tais Atuyati Shayar Viryar Dehish Vasangatai. The Lord does not have a material body, yet he descends among human beings, and his transcendental body is an incarnation. Therefore, it is very difficult for us to understand who is an incarnation. Only by his extraordinary prowess and uncommon activities, which are impossible for embodied living entities, can one partially understand the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of God. So here, what's developing is the twofold way of knowing who's an incarnation. One, by his activities. But anybody could say their activities are divine. But there's another way. There has to be mention of this person in the Shastra. The Shastra has to explain who is this person, who is the incarnation. So two things, and this here stated: Swarup Lakanara Tatashta Lakan Edui Lakane Bastu Jane Munigan, by two symptoms, personal characteristics and marginal characteristics. The great sages can understand the object. So marginal characteristics are the activities, and personal characteristics will be mentioned in the Shastra, that this person appears like this. And this is the description. Akriti Prakriti Swarup Lakan Karya Dwara Jnana E Tatasta Lakan. Bodily features, nature, and form are the personal characteristics. Knowledge of his activities provides the marginal characteristics. Bhagavatarambe Vyasa Mangala Charane Parameshvara Niru Pila Edui Lakane. In the auspicious invocation at the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Vyasadeva has described the Supreme Personality of Godhead by these symptoms. Let's see how many more verses, because this is one of my...
It goes up to 402.
What?
It goes up to 402.
402? Oh, okay. Well, it's getting late. I'm going to stop here, but this is one of my one very important part of this chapter. So tomorrow we'll continue with this. But this is all based on Sanatana Goswami question. Well, you've described the incarnations. We're in Kali Yuga. It's very important to know who's the incarnation, who's the appearance of the Lord in Kali Yuga. Who might that be? That's basically what he's saying. Who might that be? But he's talking to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu is explaining directly. And Mahaprabhu is that person. So then Sanatana Goswami will describe the characteristics for the Kali Yuga and saying, well, let me get this straight. He does appear in a yellowish incarnation, a yellowish body, and like this, and he mentions these personal characteristics, and his qualities are just spread, the chanting of the holy names, the Sankirtan movement. So I'm wondering about that person. So anyway, we'll hear the answer to this, because it's very, there's a certain amount, it's very nice, and there's a certain amount of humor brought in here, but how Mahaprabhu answers this question, because it's very, what word would we use to describe Sanatana Goswami's?
Sweet.
Huh?
Sweet.
Sweet. Okay. That's good. So tomorrow we'll finish this chapter, and this is the instructions to Sanatana Goswami. But then it goes on in subsequent chapters also. This is a very complete description, because it goes on to describe Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana, the relationship everyone has with the Lord, the means of satisfying that relationship, and what is the goal. It's called Sambandha, relationship, Abhideya, the process, and Prayojan. Prayojan means the goal. What is the goal to be attained? So tomorrow we'll finish this chapter, and then we'll be able to go on. So, this is the Madhya-lila, the most extensive part of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, now, sing Hari Haraya. And then I'll mention, tonight, there's a program that we're having. What time, does someone know about Bilva Mangal program? What time?
5:30, between 5:30
Okay.
and 6.
Now, he has said that there's not a lot of parking where he lives, so he asked that we go up in his few vehicles. So we want to get people into the van, and we want the van to be the principal vehicle, and then there, as need be, other vehicles can be used.
I done with the cook, so I could go. Could someone else drive the van, or is he the only van person?
We'll have to look at the details. There are other van persons, I guess, who could drive. We'll have to see. Okay, that we'll find out later. And so we have to leave here before 5:30, like about 5 o'clock. He lives somewhat nearby. Was that?
We leave at 5:30, it's probably good, because it says 6 on the board, and so if we get there at 6, it's probably good.
Okay. Okay, so, but we have to see about that. All right, now Hari Harai. Hari Harai Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama. Jaravaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama. Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohan Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Janardan Shiva Sadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raguna Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raguna Jai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Jai Te Vignana Shabista Puran Jai Gosai Jar Mui Tarandan Dasamar Pada Renu Mora Panchagram Kader Charana Sevi Bhakta Saniban Kader Charana Sevi Bhakta Saniban Janame Janame More Amilan Jai Gosai Jabe Bhaje Koilaban Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hare Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majai Haman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyan Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamodan Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Gora Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Jai Gora Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad. Jai Srila Bhakti Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Vaishnava. Jai Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Premsiko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vishvavarenya Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusuda Maharaj Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Shri Jo Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. So, okay. I have now
Janardan Maharaj ki
Yeah.
Chinmoy Dev, you're here. So I